Good evening, everybody. In this video, I'm going to explain my research project, taking account the most relevant information in tax as a Step 5 final exam in the subject research project. Introduction. It's a challenge for teachers of English as a foreign language to use materials as ISL elements to read different texts, give points of view, observe, analysis, and question. Teaching didactics especially for those as isolated countries of with non-native speakers. In most cases, when speaking about education in foreign languages, is mainly thought of the decided learning advocated by the students and the teaching are as an intervention tool between knowledge and those who do not know how to establish communication and dialogues in languages other than the mother tongue. What has been lost in the matter, albeit yet what is rarely thought of in the subject, is the fact of the role of the teacher. Beyond how he transmits knowledge, one does not think about the fact of how the teacher constructs knowledge from a discipline and makes it known in a classroom. Statement of the problem. Well, in the educational field, effective proposals must be diversified to learn English, favoring the performance of future graduates and providing tools for the future teacher in their professional development. In a pillar and transmitter axis of meaningful teaching that produce favorable results for students. The effective part for learning in which it resides, it includes and involves different actors in the educational field so that the students and teachers are the main agents in its development. Research objectives. General objectives. Approach of the curricular designs and pedagogical strategies adapted to increase the interest, quality, and efficiency of the learning of the subject of English. Specific objectives. Identify the existing problem regarding the management of the basic competencies found in elementary school students with low academic performance. Second, promote the use of resources that are focused on the development of the students' linguistic competence in terms of language, lexical, phonological, syntactic, and orthographic skills, among others. Not only the theoretical management of grammatical, orthographic, or semantic concepts, but also its application in various situations. Develop the skills and knowledge in students that relate to the ethical, aesthetic, social, and cultural dimension of the language they learn. Fourth, use ICT as methodological learning tool with a highly quality curriculum for its application along with didactics, which integrates the different members of an educational community, methods, and strategies in the teaching of the English language, which are factors of great importance in learning this. Scope research. This study seeks to answer different questions about how children can improve their level of English through different strategies in which they will be motivated in their learning process through didactic methods. If students do not have a good level of English, they will not have the same opportunities to compete with students who are almost bilingual. English is considered today the future and the present, and that is what it should be a priority in our country. Limitation of the research. This project will have the help of a private school in the town of Suba, Bogotá. This institution works on diversified strategies in which it is possible to carry out real practice in terms of teaching the foreign language. However, there is the possibility that due to the time factor, only the activities with a single group can be developed and it cannot be demonstrated generalizations since all teachers have different teaching methodologies compared to those analyses. All surveys can be applied to teachers and students to verify that their thought if they correspond with the daily behavior in the classroom to know what type of methodology students highlight. Consequently, the limitations set out here open the doors to future lines of research related to the subject. Chapter 2, Literature Review Overview, taking account that in the educational field, effective proposals must be diversified to learn English, favoring the performance of future graduates and providing tools for the future teacher in the professional development. In a pillar and transmitted axis of meaningful teachings that produce favorable results for students. The effective form for learning in which it resides in the groups and involves different actors in the educational field so that students and teachers are the main agents in its development. According to Bonilla, Carvajal, and Tejada Sanchez, 2016, 5 months after the beginning of the implementation of the PNI, the program was restructured and reemerged with the name Bilingual Colombia, CB for its acronym in Spanish. In attempt to recover the bilingualism conception that was excluded in PNI, which was openly focused exclusively on English as its name indicated. Although information regarding this plan is scarce, Portal Colombia Aprende 2016 affirms that the program aims to achieve by 2018 that 35% of the Colombian 11th graders from the public sector attained to B2 level and 8% research on I1 level. The program pursues this by means of the following strategies. Relative previous theories. Richards and Rogers advocates for integration of language and content adjectives where students learn to communicate by using language as the vehicle for learning contents. The syllabus is derived from contents unless it's thematic in nature. The method of delivery must be an integration of language skills that use contents materials supplemented by visual authentic material and educational media. These materials must be interesting, useful, and engaging. The authors discuss the roles in the classroom. Learners as active as they must become independent. A teacher must become adept at assessing learner needs and balancing the multiple demands that a variety of curriculum contains. Micro class and macro planning across course must be accounted for a content-based language classes to meet all the needs of learners. A number of charges for the language through content movements are discussed, including development of language skills and vocabulary, awareness of discourse organization, drawing and building on previous experience, and development of communicate strategies, study skills, in addition as well balanced synthesis of contents and grammar discussed. Research hypothesis. Problem. In the educational fields, effective proposals must be diversified to learn English for favoring the performance of future graduates and providing tools for the future teacher in the provisional development. In a pillar and transmitter axis of meaningful teaching that produce favorable results for the students. The effective form for learning in which it resides includes and involves different actors in the educational field so that the students and teachers are the main agents in its development. Hypothesis: teachers who use technologies and language learning materials conscientiously develop meaningful learning in students that they not use. Research methodology. Methods of research used. My research provides a quality analysis based on semi-structured surveys of 20 students in a private school in the city of Suba, Bogotá. These institutions work on diversified strategies in which it is possible to carry out a real practice in terms of teaching the foreign language. Surveys were applied to teachers and students to verify that the through if they corresponded with their daily behavior in the classroom, or to know what type of methodology students highlight, opening the doors to future lines of research related to the subject. All surveys were applied and consequently tabulated for the analysis. Responses and sampling procedures. According to Mahenda and Muhenda, 1999, when determining the sample size is must be kept manageable, they will allow the researchers get detailed data at a cost which is manageable in terms of finance, time, and human resources. Stratified per purpose-specified and simple random sampling techniques were adopted in this study. The 20 teachers and 20 students which that have used ICT resources in the school. This was done to make sure that all one principal, 20 teachers, and the 20 students were represented in the sample. Sample random sampling was employed to get that the 20 teachers and 20 students will participate in the study. Responses of the study. Collecting data was developed through a physical survey. People who collaborate in this report made part of the Liceo de Ciencia y Cultura Harvard School located in Suba, Via Cota, Kilometer 7 in Bogotá. Sample size. Category: teachers. Population 40, sample 20, percentage 50%. Students 800, sample 20, percentage 3%. Research instruments. Questionnaire. Instruments questionnaire. Surveys were used in this research. There are cyber surveys which were completed by the principal teachers of English and students. The research carried out for the surveys in the selected school and question about the use of ICT in the teaching of the English language during the process. At the final stage of this the study, the participants of the experiment group attend survey sessions so as to inform the researchers of the attitudes towards using of the TICs in grammar, writing and listening skill teaching. The survey session was applied and the student responses to the question regarding the use of the TICs were transcribed to determine their attitudes. In order to help students better understand the question and avoid any misunderstanding, they were also asked in Spanish. The participants responded to the following questions. Survey level of application of ICT in teaching and level of learning through ICT. The first question was, do you have experience in the use of TICs during the development of the English classes? Second, do you love the idea of watching authentic videos in teaching or learning of the English language? Do you like theater? Do you like the animated in English sitcoms focused in the learning and teaching the English language using in the class? Fourth, do you dislike about the use of the videos, grammar, exercise, encounters but Skype with native speakers and other tools to learn or teach English language in the developed class? 5. The use of TICs is effective in learning and teaching the English language. 6. Would you like to watch videos and develop other activities in the future